All right, Miss Holly. Let's do your tarot card reading. I've got strong vibes. I have a Eternal Ireland record playing below the table. I hope it's not too loud. But knowing your love of all things Celtic, I felt like it was appropriate, and I can't play music through my phone while I'm filming, so record player it is. Gonna play our little singing bowl here for a moment, and this would be a time for us both to take a few deep breaths and align ourselves with the energies, calling in all of our right and well guides, angels, and spirits while we prepare. Admittedly, this record is a little silly at times. It definitely came from a thrift store, but I think it's fun. Okay, start us off with one of these Celtic affirmation cards that I think you're going to love. I feel like this one wants to come out. Ooh. They are, as you can see, absolutely gorgeous. And it says, warm and vitalizing, a carnelian soul jewel nourishes my courage to embrace my life journey with joy and faith. Wow. Warm and vitalizing, a carnelian soul jewel nourishes my courage to embrace my life journey with joy and faith. Beautiful. So let that be our grounding initiator to start off our reading with this beautiful carnelian shield. Ugh, gorgeous. And then just kind of called to draw from this deck now, which is, where's the box? It's Druid Animal Oracle or something along those lines. Okay. Calling on an animal guide to stand or swim or fly with Holly at this time. Ooh, it's Nala. This makes me so happy. I love it. So obviously you got cat. It's a Scottish wild cat. Let me find my book because there it is. All right. Let's see. I feel like there isn't really a good way for me to prop this up. That isn't a fire hazard, so maybe like that. I don't know. I'll get to the description here. Okay. Cat represents guardianship, detachment, and sensuality. Oh, interesting. Cat brings us the ability to observe situations quietly without judgment before making decisions. Apparently asleep, but really listening, a cat can sit for hours before it acts with decisiveness. Remember the saying, a cat may look at a king, which is a saying I have never heard before. You have a right to know and to judge important issues for yourself in your own time. That is wise. We should all try to do that a little more these days, I fear. The cat unites an awareness of the spirit world with a highly developed sensuality. These two attributes are not polar opposites, but are facets of one continuum of awareness and sensitivity. Working towards wholeness involves enhancing our appreciation of both the physical and non-physical worlds. Wow. Okay, I'm not sure if this will work, but I'm just going to hold this up. And if you want to read it and you can make it out on your screen, you can pause. Okay. So cat, what a powerful, fearsome, awesome little wildcat we have for our additional guardian here. Okay. Love that. Let's see. And I'm just trying to make a little room here. I need a bigger table, I think. I have too much shiny, beautiful stuff, and I had to move a bunch of it aside already to make space for this. Okay. So the questions you wanted answers to were surrounding the potential for this new puppy. Is it the right time? We have some questions. Just kind of wanting to get some signs in regards to when and how to know when is the right time to add this new addition to your doggy life. Okay. Let's shuffle these. So naturally, I've got to use the dog tarot. Clearly I have like 8 million decks, so it was kind of hard to narrow it down. And I kind of just want to draw from all of them, but I don't really have time for that. So, when is the right time for Holly to get a puppy? Ooh. Wow, okay. These three just flipped over all at once, so I'm going to take them. We have Temperance, which is a very interesting card to come out. That was the one that came out face up. Oh, wow. Death in reverse. Okay, interesting. And the Ace of C, or the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay. All right. Well, honestly, my first impression on all of these is it's giving a sense of waiting a little bit longer. So Temperance obviously is associated with moderation and balance. I just love this card though. It's so beautiful. So it's kind of, I feel the message is wait a little longer, but it's going to be worth the wait. Now, I wouldn't say that necessarily rules out the puppy that you were talking to me about, this potential dream puppy that you have envisioned in your mind, the black and white boy. But because that in and of itself is a little bit more of a wait. So who knows? I mean, things can turn out differently than you anticipate. Maybe that puppy, maybe the right puppy is in that litter, but you don't end up getting him till he's a year old or something. I mean, I think you really want a puppy, but anyway, regardless, there's a little bit of a wait, but it's not necessarily saying a long wait or like this isn't it. I mean, I haven't heard updates on that, so I don't even know where they're at in the whole process, but Death in reverse. Death represents a change and a new beginning, and if I flip this up right, you can see this really cool image of sort of a resurrection almost, or resurrection onto like the next plane of existence. And Anubis, the god of death, who's also like a guide into the underworld, a psychopomp. And then the Ace of Cups upside down is, so the Ace of Cups would represent like a new beginning, a new relationship, a new emotional enterprise and journey beginning. And then this coming out reversed with the coming out reversed, and Temperance just makes me feel like weight. I'm just hearing and feeling that there is going to be more waiting. I'm sorry, that's not as much fun as we both wanted, but the message is pretty clear. Let's see. Let me draw a little clarifier of this in terms of this waiting. Is it a long wait? Oh, wow. Okay, I think it's not a long wait. That was so exciting. I don't know if the camera picked up how that flipped over so like eagerly. This is literally Rooster, which is hilarious to me. That's so cute. Wow, I gotta send a picture of this to Taylor or something. But the Nine of C, aka the Nine of Cups, is the wish fulfillment card. So it's the card of coming to the culmination of your emotional journey, the pinnacle of your relationship, moving towards completion. But basically the 9 is like you are in the thick of the height of it, like just the joy of getting what you wanted and had to wait for and like pursue and work towards. So I love that. This is ultimately like a really reassuring, like, don't be discouraged by the wait, that there's a little bit more waiting, because ultimately when the time is right, the time will be right and you will just know it effortlessly. It'll just be clear and it will be worth the wait. Like, could you find a better card to say it will be worth the wait than this? This will be you and your puppy on a beach eating fish. All right, let's see. I feel like that's pretty clear. I don't know. Is there anything else we want to know about the puppy situation? I'm not really getting anything. Also, now I'm just looking at our little Nala overlooking. So maybe Nala is saying it's too soon. We just had a puppy. So I don't know how she feels about that, but I just love that this cat looks so much like her though. Okay, let's see. Now, just because I have so many decks and they're so much fun, let's draw from a different tarot deck. Oops. Because you also had some questions about romance and your love life. And that is something I think we all wonder about more than we would like to. Not yours specifically, but you know, our own, everyone's. That's like the ultimate journey through the cups. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Okay. Well, this one just jumped out. Hold on. Also, Jesus, this record just got so Irish. Parts of it are like very laid back and then it gets a little intense, but I hope you're enjoying it. Anyway, Freedom. Freedom leapt out of the deck. And this is the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. So it's like very divine feminine. That is nuts. Let's see. That would be... Oh, this is the Chariot. Okay. So yeah, this, as it clearly says, it's about freedom. And it's kind of about like going your own way and striking out to sort of chart your own course and create your own home. So that's very interesting in relation to this question. Set her down for now. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna consolidate these guys a little bit. I would also like to read from the book what it says about this, because this is a Major Arcana card. You've had 3 Major Arcana so far, so that is kind of showing a big turning. I mean, maybe that's part of the weight with the puppy question too. I think the ramifications of the Major Arcana coming out there is like, this will be a big chapter. I feel like this next puppy adventure is going to be kind of like a new level for you in some way. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but that's kind of what's coming through. Like, what I guess what I'm kind of sensing and feeling is like, this next puppy might be a really sporty dog, which obviously that's your goal, but I'm just picturing like a lot of intensity. So maybe it's going to take a lot from you, and that's why I need a little bit more time to prepare. Not take a lot from you, you know, just it will require a lot of you to like meet this dog and both of you live up to your potential is kind of what I'm hearing. Okay, once again, the record has, I don't know, it's like a sea shanty now. I'm loving this soundtrack experience. Okay, anyway, that was a little bit of a sidebar, but hold on. I'm so close to finding the page. Jesus. Okay. Oh, good, the sea shanty ended. That was a little distracting. Okay. Freedom card. The goddess is equipped with wings on her wrists and back, crescent moons adorning the butterfly ones behind them. The butterfly wings. This is worded kind of strangely. She holds a staff in her right hand, and with her left welcomes animals of all walks of life. Aww! Trust in freedom binds them stronger than chains. Okay, interesting. Yes. She works in harmony with her environment to manifest according to her will. Her crown is adorned with a star, and the symbols of the crescent moon on her wings relate to the high priestess, denoting intuitive power. Oh my god, I have to turn this fucking record off. I'm sorry. It just got a little too much for me. Now, where were we? Something. The symbols of the crescent moon on her wings relate to the high priestess, denoting intuitive power. Tap into your higher self to discover your path, and others will follow. You are the great master of your life. Don't let anyone else take that away from you. You have the freedom to shape your own reality. Trust that growth and reward will come from taking this journey towards personal sovereignty. Things aren't always what we expect. Be patient. Ooh. This is so, okay. Let go of owning and expectation. Welcome the flow of the universe into your life and find your magic where you are. Oh, I love that. God. Okay, so again, we're still going on the track of the question of romance, but this ties in so well with all of the themes that we were just talking about with the wait and the patience, and that the wait will be worth it. And that, where was the line? When it's talking about she welcomes all of the animals of all walks of life, trust in freedom binds them stronger than chains. So this whole like vision I just had of this like really talented but really intense and demanding sport dog coming into your life, I can like see it. And it's a black bi boy, like you have been describing. And I'm sure that's, you know, partially why, but it's because you can see it, and maybe that's something you're manifesting, which this is very much giving Master Manifestor. But anyway, the trust and freedom binds them stronger than chains just kind of makes me think of like how much time and training and effort, but also just I don't know, just the patience, like effort's not the right word, but like the way that you build a relationship in time to be trusting to the point where it binds stronger than chains, where you can like go with this dog anywhere off leash and, you know, trust it to take your commands at a distance or when your back is turned and things like that. Like just this true partnership takes time and faith. And it does take effort, yes, but I feel like it takes patience and understanding and just trust. Like, trust breeds more trust. Okay, I'm getting a little a little down the rabbit hole here, but that is what happens when you read tarot cards. Okay, so I would like more clarification around this freedom card in regards to finding romance, finding the right timing. Ooh, okay, Two of Swords. Wow, this is all, I mean, it always is, but this is all so aligned. Wow, okay, Jesus. Look who we have here once again. Nala's back! She's everywhere in this reading, and I like very deliberately decided I wanted to drink out of my tiger cup before I even started any of this. So that cat energy is coming through super strong. I mean, there's cats here. We've also got like leopards and lions. Jesus. So I would definitely be looking into cat energies. Big cats, small cats, wild cats, domestic. For yourself, just like how you feel called to embody that or what you can learn from that right now, because it's very prominent. Okay. But in regards to our clarifiers, these actually came out in reverse order. So there's our Two of Swords. I am so obsessed with this deck. It's just insanely gorgeous. We also got the Five of Swords. Sorry, my filming setup isn't the best, but you work with what you got. And then Potential, which this is the Fool card, which is perhaps the most important tarot card of all because it represents you, the initiate, and me, and, you know, all of us, the Fool of 1,000 faces, the hero striking out on his journey. Okay, I want to read these from the book because I haven't read out of this book as much, and I think it's kind of got some interesting interpretations. But quickly, Two of Swords is sort of about a pause. It can represent a blockage, but again, I think this is really just more of that waiting and patience energy. Like there are things that you can't see yet, and you need more time to kind of go within and meditate and get your thoughts straight and get your like visualizations locked in and strong. And just, you know, take more time to think about everything you're considering. Okay. And the Five of Swords sort of represents, five always represents like a turning point, a transformation point, a change in the air, usually a pretty notable one, like almost like it's like the midlife point. So if you're going from 1 to 10, 5 is sort of the tipping point where we're heading towards the conclusion of a cycle. And then this usually is depicted as kind of the aftermath of some kind of a conflict. And so think about where you want to stand when all is said and done, whether you win or lose, quote unquote, said conflict, how you want to conduct yourself and move forward, and what you want to take away from this conflict and this transformation, which kind of implies possible endings. Because, you know, for something to change, its previous state can no longer be. And then we have the Fool, the Potential card, which is literally all about new beginnings. It's card 0, so it's like the beginning and the ending of all things. It's also got this beautiful, very like spring blossom, new life energy going on in the background, which I love. I'm definitely going to read that one from the book. Hold on. Okay. Potential. The first goddess walks towards the edge of a cliff, seemingly unaware that the earth before her is about to drop. She is focused on the flowers, butterfly, and sun as she holds a bundle behind her back. Her companion, a wildcat, gazes ahead, acting as a guide along the way. This is the beginning of a great journey and one without expectation. Oh, I love that. Hope, folly, innocence, and risk may all be at play. This is an exciting time to move towards a calling, project, or relationship. Now is the time to take a leap and not be concerned about where you land. Instead of worrying about falling, think about flying. You have everything that you need with you. Abundance will provide. You have the support of the universe with you. All possibility awaits. Wow, that is so beautiful. So again, it's like I feel these two tie together so well because they have a really similar energy of like striking out into the unknown, with this sort of fierce optimism and hopefulness. But again, these two coming out and these being minor arcana are more about like your day-to-day practical steps. So these are still sort of telling me like a little more of a pause and thought is in store and appropriate. And that pausing thought, our Two of Swords, will lead into the Five of Swords, which is the tipping transformational point. And then that can lead you on to, once the old is transformed into the new, we get to embark on our journey and find out what the new will be. So, wow. Spectacular stuff. Okay. Just so many cards. There's so many I want to draw for you, though, because look at my cards. They're all so pretty. All right, let's see. I'm going to consolidate these a little bit. Now I kind of miss the Irish music again. Gotta find a happy medium. Or just a radio or something, I don't know. It would be nice if I could choose exactly what I wanted to listen to, but I do sort of like the self-imposed limitations of the record player. Okay, this one you're really gonna love. It's the Celtic Astrology Oracle cards. So just a little more Celtic flavor because we really can't have enough. Okay, I gotta start over the Irish record now. Hold on. The first few songs are a little bit less chaotic. Oh. There we go. Okay. I hope you're enjoying my style of reading. It's my day off. And this is a nice way to unwind. And also do something nice for a friend. And thank you again so much for all of the wonderful things you do for me and for buying me a delicious hamburger and just everything, for being a great friend. Thank you, Holly. You're a wonderful person. Okay, and we would like Celtic Astrology Oracle card for wonderful Holly, please. Some of them are a little more finicky in how they want to come out. Oh, here's one. Oh my, okay. I fucking knew this would happen. Meow. Once again. And technically we got Rowan the Thinker. The way this all ties together is just so beautiful. I can't get over it. But these cards all have, it's hard to explain. They like come in pairs kind of. So some of them are animals and some of them are trees, but each of them are sort of connected or associated together. So this is Rowan the Thinker, which is connected with the cat. And like, again, this deck, it's very small. There's only like 20 cards in it, but it's definitely one of my favorite ones that I have. Look at our little Celtic cats. Oh my god, I love it so much. All of these cats, like you can't make it up. Ridiculous. Okay, this one I'll read out of the thing. But when it says the thinker, again, so, that just ties in so beautifully with that Two of Swords energy. All of this like pausing and waiting, the temperance. There's so the whole pausing and waiting element really couldn't be any clearer. Okay, Rowan the Thinker, Animal Ally, Cat, Season, Spring, Celtic Festival, Imbolc. Keywords: knowledge, idealism, originality. If you were born during the season of Rowan, which I was, I know you weren't, but apparently I'm a narcissist. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, if you were born during the season of Rowan, you are not likely to follow the crowd, but must listen to the calling of your soul in making life choices. This may make you seem eccentric to those whose spirits are not so untethered. You strive to understand the workings of the world and the universal mysteries behind them. You know that there are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I love that quote. Rowan is the witch's tree, and it draws forth the inner knowing that is the essence of all true magic. Action must follow thoughtful reflection. I mean, come on. Action must follow thoughtful reflection. The bright spark of a new idea should be nurtured into a steady fire of creativity. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna find the cat in here and read that as well, because clearly cat's coming through strong. But what did I want to point out in this? It says... where was the line I wanted to... God, I can't remember, but it just made me think of the Fool as well, when it talks about kind of like going your own way and striking out on a path. Let's see. Let me find cat. It will be pretty tied into that. Cat. Those born in the sign of the cat possess lightning-quick intelligence, instinct, and tuition. They can quote-unquote see in the dark, metaphorically speaking, and always find a way through troubled times with sureness and skill. The cat guards the other world and will accompany you in your travels there. Cat people may seem aloof, but they are merely observant. Silent and mysterious, the cat bides its time and knows just when to pounce. Oof. I love that. Okay, I love that. So yes, you will know when the time is right, whether that is pertaining to a puppy or pertaining to your romantic life or pertaining to striking out on your own in some way. Cat bides its time and knows just when to pounce. So super strong message coming through of being in your cat energy. Just, spend some time meditating with Nala, hopefully in the sun as it's warming up. And also on these themes of spring and rebirth and everything to its season. I love this reading so much. Okay, I have to rein myself in at some point because I'm getting kind of tired. Not in a bad way, just like a little drained from channeling. But I have the perfect thing to close us out, which is my newest deck that I'm so excited about. I think I have a little bit of a problem. Every time I sit down to do a reading, I'm like, which deck should I use? And then I'm like, oh, there's this one and this one, and there's this one. Oh yeah, and there's this one, and I forgot about these four, and it's just like getting a little out of hand. So, but this one I had to. I got this when I was in Florida, so it has some nice ocean blessings on it, and it's a goddess deck because we can never have too much divine feminine energy, especially with all this cat energy coming through. Ugh. All right. Which divine feminine would like to speak to Holly? Oh, how interesting. There are a few here. I'm just gonna draw the one. Sovereignty. Queen Elizabeth. Which this is really interesting to me because most of the cards in this deck are like goddesses or more mythical concepts. But you got a true historical figure, Queen Elizabeth I to be precise. And what a queen was she. I do just want to point out this little hummingbird here. That feels important to mention for some reason. And the bees. Ooh. Okay. Now I gotta look her up. Sovereignty. Queen Elizabeth I. Stepping into our center requires us to reclaim our sovereignty. The concept of sovereignty has become popular in spiritual circles, but it is deeply rooted in ancient times. It is especially connected to the Celtic tradition, of course it is, of the sovereign goddess. The Celtic kings not only had to rule over the people, but were required to marry the land, quote unquote, marry the land. The land was thought of as a goddess, and a chosen queen was the human embodiment of the land. Oh my god, I love that. Marrying the queen enabled the king to be symbolically married to, and therefore steward of, the land. The Celts also believed that if the queen was fertile and produced lots of heirs, so too the land would be fertile. Queen Elizabeth I, though a real person, is the quintessential archetypal sovereign goddess. She's known as the Virgin Queen because she never married. It could be thought today that in the Middle Ages, when Christianity had long taken over the old Celtic ways of the British Isles, the idea of the sovereign goddess had persisted. It was unheard of for a queen to succeed to the throne, even more so to remain unmarried, a sovereign to herself. Because Elizabeth was a powerful ruler in her own right, she understood true sovereignty and therefore has become the Maidens of the Wheel's sovereign goddess. Maidens of the Wheel is the name of this deck. Each one of us is the human embodiment of the earth. We live life on the surface, but have an inner earth, a deeper reality. How deep do your roots go? Are you concerned with your looks and how you appear to the world, or can you go deep into your inner body and live your life from there? For thousands of years, patriarchal ideas sought to dominate the earth and the feminine, and the body was seen as a source of sinful desire. Thus, humanity's disconnection from the earth and our bodies is linked. Queen Elizabeth subconsciously brought in a new code of sovereignty. Her higher self encoded us with the idea that we are all sovereign beings who carry power in our bodies. When we think of this power and claim it in our bodies, we cannot be owned, bought, or ruled over by another. Interesting. We are the land, and we are our own stewards. It is time for you to step into your center and claim your power. You have been feeling ungrounded and scattered lately. When you feel like this, it is very easy for others to siphon power from you. You hand over your sovereignty when you are not fully centered in your body. Close your eyes and draw in some deep meditative breaths. See Elizabeth appear before you in her coronation robe and crown. She places the robe on your shoulders, the crown on your head. She hands you the scepter and the orb that represents power and the world. It is also your body over which you are now sovereign. Wow, that was kind of intense. Lots of interesting thoughts are coming to the surface there. But yeah, sovereignty. I feel like that's a very heady, powerful message to wrap up on in terms of you integrating all of these messages. And again, I get just, it's the cat energy. It's like that regal, Leo-esque, king of the jungle, lion, cat, sovereignty energy. Because cats are very, very sovereign beings. So, I don't know, when it was talking about the meditation and visualizing her approaching, I was like, no, visualize a cat. Visualize like the fairy queen of cats coming towards you and inducting you into your own sovereignty, but just the way that a cat carries herself and observes the world and moves through the world, I feel is, to me, like such a base instinctual embodiment of sovereignty. Okay, this reading is 40 minutes long now, so I'm gonna have to wind it up. I think we've got a lot of beautiful messages here. And with that, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoy your company. And happy to do more. And if you want me to send you pictures of any cards or any book text about the cards, I can do that. But for now, I'm going to go upload this video and send it to you. So have a beautiful night. Blessings be.